Started. All right. Guys, welcome to this week's January 9th edition of the Next Wave Leadership Calls. My name is Jason Brown, Chairman 500, VP of Field Operations here with iMarkets Live. And guys, I'm incredibly excited about what's been taking place on these Next Wave Leadership Calls. All right, we've been doing this stuff for the last 4 weeks. And it's been a hit. You know, we've been able to bring on a number of different chairmen and leaders that are known throughout the company and throughout many different organizations to share input, to share things that they're using and they're doing and they're practicing inside of their groups to get momentum around the world, to get results around the world. And so what we wanted to do was put together this call to happen every single Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on iMarketsLiveOfficial.com so that all the people who are serious about building a business inside of iMarkets Live have a place to go during the week to learn key and crucial skills to take their business to new heights. Now, also, guys, we have the 7-Figure Mentorship Call every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by the Night Owl session. So there's, in my opinion, really 3 phenomenal opportunities from the company for everybody to tap into, regardless of your team, organization, et cetera, to learn from people who have results, whether it's the chairman that you're going to see here on this call. Sometimes we'll bring emerging Platinum 5000s onto this call. Something that I like to do is go out and look for the P5000s that are really doing it and also bring them here. But on the 7-Figure Mentorship Call, you're going to hear from usually a Chairman 50, Chairman 100 or above. And then you have Chris Terry on Sunday night. So guys, we are excited. Over 400 people on this webinar right now. Do not stop promoting in your groups. But let's open up the chat box real quick, because I always like to see where people are calling in from. And I keep the chat disabled at certain parts of the webinar. So let's jump in the chat box right now. Tell me where you're calling in from. And for the people that are watching this on replay, I'm not going to spend too much time here so I don't waste your time while you're watching the replay. But we've got people here from Kenya, Bangladesh. Okay, I saw a couple of people from Kenya. Holland, Dallas, Texas, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Nigeria, okay, Pembroke Pines, Philippines on the call. What's up, Philippines? Okay, Colombia, Toronto, Barcelona, Maryland, Portugal on the call tonight, England on the call tonight, Canada is on the call. I know Canada's in here deep, and we've got actually one of the leaders from Canada on the call tonight who you guys are going to hear from in about 30 seconds. In New York City, Montreal, man, we're all over the map. Trinidad is on the map tonight. New Jersey, my home state, Charlotte, North Carolina, Cordoba, Argentina, what's up? Kansas, Switzerland. I appreciate you guys for jumping on here tonight. A lot of you are in Europe, which is amazing. I'm proud of you because it's like literally 3, 4 in the morning over there. So due to your time and the content and value that you guys are going to get, I am going to introduce our first leader, our first trainer on tonight's call. This gentleman and I have been friends for about 4 or 5, it's really probably 5 years at this point. He's somebody that I didn't get a chance to work with hands-on up until really about a year and a half ago, about 18 months, 20 months ago, when he decided to come in and join forces with iMarkets Live. He had already been taking private trading courses. He had been studying Forex. He was really on his own, doing his own thing. He's a multipreneur from Canada. And when I heard he was coming in to partner with iMarkets Live, I got excited because of our previous friendship and also the desire to always work together. I knew that he would be able to make IML a big success up in Canada. So I actually just got back this last weekend. Those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you saw it was incredible. We had 2 great events in Toronto where this is his home city, Toronto. He's the one who actually started the Toronto market. So everything you see there was a seed from his decision. And again, this should be a motivation to you guys. When he got started, there was nobody doing this in Toronto, and you saw a room of 250 people. And guys, I promise you, we're just getting started. So without any further ado, this gentleman is a Platinum 5000. He is building a group not only in Canada, but he's got a team that ranges from Kenya to Sweden, to Germany, to Estonia. I know there's probably some Estonians on the call tonight, and in the Netherlands as well. And it's growing rapidly. So guys, without any further ado, I want to introduce my brother, Jerome Clara, to all of you out there, and really hone in, take notes. Guys, these calls are for you. So make sure you capture the information, because what these guys are going to share with you is what's helping them get big, big, big results around the world. So Jerome, are you there, my brother?
Hey, Jason, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. Let me see if I can. Oh, there we go. See if I can pin your video. I see the red suit, bro, looking fresh. So if you can get that camera on, okay, do it. If not, bro, take it away. We appreciate you, and the floor is yours.
Perfect. I appreciate that. Right now I'm just getting a notification saying you can't start your video because the host has stopped it. So
I'm gonna take care of that. I got you.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna continue to keep things rocking until we get that going. But first thing I gotta do is I gotta give it right back to Jason. Guys, Jason Brown is someone that I've really respected for years, man. Like, oh, we're good. Perfect, we're good. So Jason is somebody that I've respected for years. We've known each other, just like you said, and we've always looked for an opportunity to somehow partner up and make something happen. And iMarcus Live happened to be it. And when I saw Jason on the other line on that Zoom call, I didn't ask much questions, because of who he was and who he decided to continuously be. We always hear Jason talk about consistency. Consistency is what made me join him. So I got to give it right back to Jason, and especially putting these calls together and allowing me the ability to jump on this call. It's funny because just like he was talking about, he was out in Toronto. We were out in another city out here as well. And, the cold was a little bit crazy. I'm not going to lie to you guys the last couple of days. And I've been a little bit under the weather the last couple of days. But, opportunities I never miss are just passing on to other people. I could have came up with 20 million excuses why I could not be on this call today. But, just like I said, opportunities I never miss. They're just passing on to other people. I said, Jason, I'm on here, going to make it happen and give as much value as possible. So I definitely got to give it back to you. But guys, I'm going to try and give you guys as much value as I can in the short period of time that I do have on here, because usually when leaders jump on these calls, they give you the tools, the nuggets, the clues that has helped them get results within their business, not just locally and internationally. So definitely advise you guys, take as much notes as possible, and take notes to the extent that not only that you're receiving information, but that you're ready to give that same information back to others and teach and help your team. Because to know and not do is to not know at all. But most importantly, you got to be able to duplicate it. Okay, you got to be able to take this information and help others. Okay, so the couple of points that I'm going to kind of just jet straight into. The first point is you got to be on social media, guys. Okay, the main reason why I knew Jason was consistent and iMarcus Live was consistently growing and growing and growing and growing was because they were consistent on social media. So the biggest tip I could give you is like, if eyes can't see you, eyes can't join you. If I don't see that you guys are plugged in on social media, whether it's on your stories or your feed or something like that, you got to make sure you're there, because that's the only way you're going to attract the right people. Always remember, people are always going to be watching you in this business. Okay, they're always going to be watching you in this business. But the question you got to ask yourself is, are you consistently putting yourself out there? Pay attention to the guys that are online that are getting the results. Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, what's it called? Emery Holmes, like myself, Jerome CB on Instagram. Like, watch what you see the leadership do. Julian Kushner, watch what you see the leadership do and just implement the same exact thing to yours. Before my social media was good, it was terrible. And how did I get good at it? I watched what I saw others that were like what they were doing and followed the exact same things. Okay. The next point I want to kind of talk about, I'm going to hit a couple different points while I'm on here, is don't chase the pin, chase leadership. Okay. So I'm going to say that again. Don't chase the pin, chase leadership. Okay. If you keep things simple and duplicatable, it'll be sustainable. Okay. Don't just build production, but make sure you focus on building leadership. Okay. Because yes, like leading by example and getting the production is what you want to do, but you got to ask yourself, why are you doing it? Okay. Because are you doing the right things to just help yourself rank up, or are you doing it to teach somebody else the process, so eventually that they could take that same information and duplicate the process as well? Okay, there has to be, like, at some point in the business where, you let people step up, you let people grow as leaders, and you let them, apply the things that they've learned. It's like a baby, like, let's just say your kids, you can't baby them forever. That's the reality of things. You can't. At some point in time, they have to go from being a dependent to an independent. You know, Jason Brown has an amazing training talking about going from dependent to independent to dependable. Make sense? It's the same way. Look at life as general. Just like I was talking about the kids, there has to be some point where you have your kid go from, let's just say you were waking up your kid every single day for school, to them now saying, you know what, I'm going to set an alarm, I'm going to get up, I'm going to make things happen. Okay? Develop leaders, not just a bunch of pins, because once you develop, you know, a lot of leadership, that's where momentum kicks in. Okay? Once I developed a lot of, you know, leaders within my business, that's when I was like, oh man, like, I could go to Estonia, I could go to the UK, I could go to another city, and my business will continue to grow with or without me. Why? Because I focus on developing, you know, leadership. You know, before, when it was like just chasing the pin, we were just going after the rank, going after ranks, going after ranks. I noticed I would D-rank. Every time I hit a rank, I would D-rank. Hit a rank, D-rank. It was like it was this consolidation situation happening. Makes sense? But until I focus and change my mindset to not just chasing after the pin, but now developing leaders, you know, going after leadership, you know, that's when the business changes. Okay, you have to make sure you focus on that. So if you're that person that's not really focused on building leadership, you'll never have a team full of what? Leaders. Okay, so know when to let people grow, know when to let people grow. You know, the quality of leaders is determined by the quality of leaders that you produce. So always remember, you want to develop as many leaders as possible. Like, for instance, this call that's happening right now, you know, like usual, you know, we really see a lot of chairmen on this call. You know, it's a privilege for, you know, me being a Flat 5K soon to be chairman. It's like, it's a privilege to be on this call, but what is this doing? It's developing leaders. You know, it's showing you not just telling you what to do, but it's showing you the way. You know, so I got to give it back to this call. The next point is, you know, don't compare yourself with others. You know, always remember, the grass is not greener on the other side. It's the grass is greener where you water it. Okay, so don't compare yourself with others. The grass isn't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. Okay, if you're worried about, you know, let's just say, if you're worried about what other people are doing and stuff like that, you know, who's worried about yourself? Okay, you have to be focused on your goals and where you guys are looking to achieve things in your team and all that kind of stuff like that. Because if you don't focus on you guys, nobody's going to be focused on you. Okay, do the best. Okay, hold on a second. Well, so let's just say, like, if you guys are thinking, like, do you guys think the best of the best care about what other people are doing? Let's just say P. Diddy. Let's just say Usain Bolt. Let's just say Stephen Curry, LeBron James. No, they don't care about what other people are doing, where other people are right now. They're focused on building their craft. You know, Bruce Lee said it himself. I don't fear the man who practices 10,000 kicks once. He says, I fear the man who practices 10,000 times on one kick. Okay, you got to practice on your skill set. What helps you achieve the results? Guys, you got to be thinking, am I using the services? Okay, am I mastering my craft when it comes to Forex? Am I mastering my strategy when it comes to Forex? Do I know technical analysis? Do I know what it is that I'm waiting on before I enter a trade? You know, you got to ask yourself, you know, how am I mastering building relationships? You know, form, family, occupation, recreation, motivation. It's network before the marketing. Guys, you got to build real, genuine relationships, because if you take away the products, the service, the company, the comp plan, it's just a whole bunch of people. You're building a group of people. You're building a community of relationships, okay? So master the art of building relationships. You know, master the invite, the 4-step invite. Be in a rush, clear the schedule, give value, take it away. Do you know the 4-step invite? Are you inviting with ECU, I call it, excitement, conviction, and urgency? Okay, master the presentation. These are all skill sets that you want to master in this industry. Can you speak with conviction? Can you speak with posture? You know, you have to be able to master the presentation. Okay, you also want to master getting somebody started correctly. You know, master getting somebody started effectively, master the launch. You know, with our group personally, we call it the trading plan and the marketing plan. Trading plan is designed to figure out which services will help somebody get the results as soon as possible. And then the marketing plan, just identifying, hey, do you want to get a free membership, or do you want to make an extra income on the side of what you're already doing? Whew, I thought I was about to sneeze. Just kidding. Okay. Mastering promoting events. Guys, we have an international event coming up. Okay. And it's coming very, very soon. Okay. You ought to be thinking right now, how many people can I get in that room? Okay. It's a real estate game, because the more people you have in that room at that convention that's happening in Las Vegas, when you guys leave the convention and go back to where it is that you're going, your business is absolutely going to explode. The only reason why, guys, I've been in network marketing since I was like 19, I want to say. Okay, 19. I'm now 27 years old. Okay, the first year of me being in the industry, I was terrible. Okay, terrible. I probably made $500, if that, my first year. Okay, the reason why I say that was because I wasn't being coachable. You know, I wasn't listening. I wasn't being teachable. They said, show up to an international event. I said, guys, I don't need to go to that. I don't need to go to it. You know, I could stay home. I could, you know, watch some replays. I could do my thing. No results my first year. The second year, I said, you know what? Let me be coachable. Let me listen. You know, everyone that's going to these events, they're getting results. Let me go. My group went from 500 people to over 700 within a couple of months. Why? I plugged into events. And not only did I do that, but I started promoting them as well. I got as many people as possible to those events. You got to make sure you better your skill sets, guys. It's so important. Okay. Focus on dominating and not competing. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised right now. Like, check this out. Everyone knows who Usain Bolt is. I wouldn't be surprised if Usain Bolt had the number 2 tatted on his back. Okay. Reason why I say that is because he knows he's not going to look back there, and he's always showing people what position they're in. Dominate, don't compete. Focus on your goals and bettering your skill set and all that kind of stuff, and you'll see the results. Okay. Next thing is your greatest test will become your greatest testimony. Okay. Your story is not for you. Okay. The reality of things is it's not. You know what I mean? What the things that you guys go through, the road bumps, the walls that you hit, all that kind of stuff is not for you. Okay. All of that, like your story is for somebody else. Okay. How many lives can you impact? Someone needs to hear all the things that you went through so they could be like, you know what? I'm going through that same stuff right now, and think you went through it and still made it happen. Your story is not for you. It's for somebody else. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Guys, always remember you're building a story, but you got to share it. You know, all these different things that happen to you, you got to make sure you tell people about it. Why? Because it's like somebody needs to hear that story. It's so important, okay? Take responsibility and learn from the issues, okay? If you are, like, check this out. If you're the one to blame, don't run from it, learn from it. And if you're not the one to blame, don't run from it, learn from it as well. Okay, not everything in life is going to go as planned. Matter of fact, most of the time it's not going to go the way you want it to, okay? But you got to be thinking with the mindset where it's like, be proactive, not reactive. Focus on always having solutions. Like Jason Brown, I like to give it back to him a lot, man. Like, I've watched him get thrown so many issues and problems, and you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Jason gets hit with so many problems, but guess what? He always has a solution. He never focuses on the problem, but he focuses on the solution. All of you got to be thinking, you got to be a professional problem solver. If you become a professional problem solver, you'll make a lot of money with this business. That's the reality of things. Because people are going to come at you with so many different issues or things that are happening in their business, their life, you know, their goldfish, you know, like jumped out of the bowl and did like a backflip on the floor. Like, you're going to hear everything. You know what I mean? But the reality of things is, how are you going to deal with these things when they come in your direction? You got to be able to solve these problems. Okay, you got to be able to point people in the right direction. Okay, another thing is, are you willing to pay the price? Okay, greatness is never for sale. Okay, check this out. Greatness is never for sale. You have to be willing to pay the price, because nothing is for free, guys. I remember, like, I played basketball growing up. Okay, college ball, all that kind of stuff, and I used to watch some of the guys. They would be there like super early, like hours before the practice or hours before things started, and they would also do the same thing hours after. And I was always thinking, like, why are they doing that? You know, I don't really get why they're doing that. But what I didn't understand is they were paying the price, literally. Okay, there's tons of reasons or excuses I could have made to go out there and do things that wouldn't have helped me go farther in my business. There's tons of times where I get invited to go out to parties or go travel to do this just for the hell of it and just have a bunch of fun. But, you know, I think to myself, is what I'm about to do right now going to help me get closer to my goals? Is it going to help me, you know, develop more leaders? Is it going to help me, you know, help more people within my company and my business? Okay, and if the answer is no, I'm not doing it. Okay, you got to think, like, there's gonna be times where, you know, distractions may come your way. Okay, but what are you gonna do? Are you gonna get distracted, or are you gonna plug into that training call? Are you gonna plug into that webinar? Are you gonna show up to that event? Are you gonna do the personal development? You got to ask yourself, are you willing to pay the price? Okay, short-term loss for long-term gain. You know, it's like if I was to tell you, you know, because this is like a 2 to 5 year game plan. My mentors always said, this industry is a 2 to 5 year game plan. Okay, 6 figures, all that, 2 to 5 year game plan. But if I was to tell you, okay, if you stay consistent and paid the price for the next 2 years, okay, 2 years, you'll be a chairman, 250, you'll be a 6-figure trader. The question is, would you be willing to pay the price now? If I said, no matter what, 2 years from now, you stay consistent, chairman 250 and a 6-figure trader, how many of you would make the sacrifice now and say, you know what, I'm going to do whatever it takes for the next 2 years and we're going to hit that goal? How much more serious will you guys take it? You know, how much more confidence would you speak to when you're speaking to prospect? How much posture would you be speaking to when you're doing presentations and calls? Okay, you got to be willing to pay the price and also control your mind. Okay, a biblical quote that I wrote down, actually, check this out. Okay, check this out. It's like, okay, be not deceived. God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall also reap. Okay, so pretty much that means is what you reap is what you sow. Okay, your mind is an open field. So check this out. Your mind is an open field. You all have the ability to plant many seeds that you want, whether it's negative or whether it's greatness. Okay, you got to ask yourself, am I promoting the right things to my mind? Okay, am I planting the right seeds? Am I putting nothing but negativity into my mind, or am I putting nothing but greatness? Because whatever you put in is whatever you'll get out. Okay, it's like through like check this out. Thoughts become things, things become actions, and actions dictate your results. And if you want great results, you got to put nothing but great thoughts into your mind. You got to do the personal development. You got to be taking the right actions. If you know every single day, this, and this is what the leaders are doing, you got to do it. Make sense? Get uncomfortable. Everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. You just got to get super uncomfortable and follow exactly what you see the leadership is doing. Okay, keep things super simple. That's one of the things that I learned, you know, that helped my business in a huge, drastic way. Keep things simple. If you're doing something right now that the newest person can't do that's coming in right now, you should probably switch it up. I'm just being honest. You should probably switch it up, because everything that I see the leadership do, they do it so simple. They keep it so simple that the newest person coming in can just do it. Make sense? 4-step invite, promoting events, all this different stuff. It's so simple. You got to keep it simple. But nothing matters if you don't keep things consistent. You gotta be consistent, okay? You gotta ask yourself, it's like, are you doing the right things every single day that's gonna help you get closer to where it is that you wanna be? You know, you gotta stay consistent and brand it as you're doing it. You know, everything that you guys do offline, shoot it offline. If you're on this call right now and you haven't taken a video and posted it on your social media, let's just say your story or whatever the case may be, you're sleeping. That's how it is. You know, as these speakers are going through, take some content. You know, if you guys are in group chats, take some photos and videos and shoot it into the group chat. You got to stay consistent. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, because consistency, just like I said at the start of this, like when I started, you know, I said the main reason why I got started with Jason was because he's consistent. Staying consistent will bring you someone into your business that will go P5K. Staying consistent will bring you guys someone that will hit chairman or above. Okay, you got to stay consistent. But what are you doing every single day? We call it DMO. Daily method of operation. What are you guys doing every single day that's going to help you get closer to what it is that you're looking for? You know, Brandon Boyd did an amazing job by putting together this DMO, this daily method of operation. And I'm just going to speak on it real quick, just so you guys know to follow this stuff. Okay, first things first, use the services. You got to be plugged in. Okay, you got to use the services, because you can't speak on something that you don't even use yourself. It's like telling someone how great the pool is, but you haven't even got in yet yourself. Okay, use the services. Second thing is personal development. Are you growing daily? Okay, don't just read a book this month and then not read a book for the next 6 months. Grow every single day, even if it's for maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes a day, an hour a day. Do some sort of personal development that's going to help you grow as a person, because every next level that you're trying to achieve demands another version of you, because everything you've done up until this point got you to exactly where you are right now. You have to become a better person. You have to grow. And the crazy thing is, you already have everything that you need right now to become that chairman or whatever the case may be. You just got to pull it out of yourself. And what's going to help do that? Personal development. Next thing is post on social media. Stay consistent with it. You know, post on the stories, post on the feed, you know, engage with people, post on social media every single day. Okay. Minimum 2 exposures every single day. Share the business with 2 people minimum every single day. Follow up with people that you've already shared the information with. Achieve an enrollment. Your goal is to get a new customer or new IBO into your business daily. Okay. And if you're not at that point yet, that is okay, but that is the goal. That is the goal. Set the goal and enrollment every single day. Attend a meeting or attend a webinar, an IML TV session. Super important. And then review your goals. If you don't have your goals and your why written down and you're not reviewing it and looking at it every single day, you got to start doing it. It's like these new affirmations. It's like you have to look at it. Remember, thoughts become things. And if you if you put the right things into activity, you start seeing it every single day. You start reading it every day. You start speaking it into existence. You'll start getting those results. Okay. So think about it like this. When I'm talking like consistency, it's like the rule of 5. Okay. It's almost like cutting down a tree with an axe. Okay. Check this out. So the first step is you must know what it is that you want to accomplish. Okay. So you guys know your goal is 6 figures, or you guys know you want to, become a chairman or whatever the case may be. Okay, know the goal that you want to accomplish. The second thing is you must have the right tools to accomplish this. Guys, you have IML Academy, IML TV, Harmonic Scanner, Web Analyzer, Gold Cup, Swipe Trades. You have all the tools. You have the 7-figure mentorship calls. You have Intro to Forex and cryptocurrency calls. You have all the resources to win already. Okay, you gotta be focused. Focus stands for follow one course until successful. Guys, you gotta stay focused. Okay, don't get confused. Don't look left. Don't look right. Don't look behind you, because you can't move forward when you're looking backwards. Okay, stay focused on what it is that you're going after. And number 4 is stay consistent. Because if you keep chopping at this tree and you keep swinging until it falls down, you're going to accomplish your goal. So closing thought, for my part while I'm on this call, and again, I appreciate Jason for having me on here. The greatest discovery isn't the light bulb or the laptop, the iPhone, or any of that. Okay, it's the discovery of oneself. Okay, why were you put here? What is your purpose? Pay attention to this, because this is the most important thing. Okay, because always remember, one of my mentors told me, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Okay, there's a reason why you guys are on this call right now. And there's a reason why you're hopefully taking notes with the intent to teach. Okay, because the teachers have already appeared. The teachers are in front of you guys on these calls right now. Why? Because the student is ready. You guys took the action and made sure you guys were on this call tonight. Hopefully you take this information and you apply it into your business so you guys get the same result. So have that positive mindset and have that mindset to help and impact tons and tons of people around the world. And Jason, I appreciate you for having me on this call. I got to give it right back to you, man. You're a complete beast. But other than that, that's my time. Jason, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you, bro. And we appreciate you for being on here. Guys, let's show Jerome some love in that chat box, because I got a bunch of notes. I took a number of notes and a lot of bullet points, but that was incredible. And there's a reason why I asked Jerome to be on this call tonight, because Jerome has a lot of wisdom. And I always knew Jerome was a great leader. But when we started working together about 18 months ago or so, I remember being on a training webinar. It was me, Jerome, and Anas Hijja. And I heard Jerome teach. And, I hear a lot of people share leadership and share knowledge. And sometimes it's extremely genuine and conscious information. Like, these people know what they're talking about. And other times, they're just regurgitating, which is okay. No information is really original. Thoughts are original and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this stuff is just needed to be shared, okay? So there's not a problem with that. But the thing that I love about Jerome is that he's really put in the time. He's studied this. He's really done it. So we get the opportunity to learn from a guy like him. I'm always excited. I took a bunch of notes, and I want to share a couple of those things with you guys. This is something that I do on these calls. I love to take notes myself, but then recap a couple of my favorite takeaways. So number 1, he talked about being on social media and having a presence. Guys, you don't need to be perfect. But if you go back to David Imonitie, 2002, okay, or when did he start in the industry? 2008, 2009, David Imonitie, he was talking about the things that he was going to do. He was being a leader on social media before the success came. If you go back 4 or 5 years ago to my social media, you're going to see 25, 30 likes, but you're going to see content. Okay, and so what I was doing was starting to get the wheel turning, and I want you guys to do that. Don't worry about how many likes you're getting or who's watching or I'm not getting signups from it. Guys, there's a bigger purpose than just getting signups from social media. But you have to position yourself as a leader consistently over time. Master the presentation and master the launch. These are two things that we talked about in our leadership training up in Canada, okay? Mastering the presentation and mastering the launch, okay? When you can transfer the information of iMarkets Live to somebody else successfully, your probability of getting them started in the business goes through the roof. So if you can just simply explain what we do and you sound like you know what you're talking about and you use the product, like Jerome said, be a product of the product, it's game over, because people follow people who know where they're going. They follow people who have confidence in the direction that they're going, okay? Short-term loss for a long-term gain. Guys, in this business, you're going to take some L's. You're going to have some obstacles. There's things that are going to happen that are going to not be positive, okay? There's going to be things that maybe pull you back and don't feel great, okay? And that happens to everybody at every level. But it's about having emotional control, right? That's a big part of this business, and I'm sure all of the speakers tonight will agree with me that having emotional control is a very important aspect to becoming a leader. But being able to trade off the short term for the long term, guys, that in itself is so massive, okay? So have that long-term mindset. And I love that quote, the greatest discovery in the world is not the light bulb, it's not electricity, it's the discovery of oneself. So guys, with that being said, I'm going to shut down the chat box and we're going to bring up our next trainer that I am extremely excited is joining us on this call. I actually texted him during last week's call and I said, Alex, it's time, brother. I need you on this call. Guys, I got the opportunity to meet Alex. He's been a part of our company for about a year. I want to say at this point, actually, I think it's about a year right on the money. This is a gentleman who has been around some of the greatest people to do it in the network marketing profession, came into iMarkets Live, smashed record for Chairman 10. He'll tell you exactly how many days, but smashed the record and really did some incredible things and collaborated with Matthew Rosa, Spila, Mike Sotero, all the leaders in the Miami market, and has stepped up in a huge way to be a leader, not just for his own organization, but to be a leader for the company. And that's something that I commend, and that's something that I respect. And those are people that I choose to be around on as much frequency as I possibly can. People that give without the intention of receiving, okay? So you have to learn to give with no intention of receiving, and you will receive abundance. That's the rule that I live my life by. So with that being said, guys, help me welcome Chairman 10, going 25, going 50, going 100 in 2019, my boy, Mr. Alex Pisani. Alex, I know I got to make you the host, so I'm going to do that for you real quick. I'm going to unmute your audio, my brother, and I'll tell you right now, the floor is yours. Guys, I'm going to open up the chat box for a quick second. As we get this camera stuff going, let's show Jerome love one more time, and let's welcome Alex Pisani to the floor. So, Alex, can you hear me, bro?
I hear you loud and clear, Jason. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. All right. I can hear you. You're crisp. I'm going to make you the host real quick. Throw on that camera, brother, and take it away.
Okay, awesome. So I don't think I'm a host yet. I think
I know what I did. All right, give me 1 sec. I know what I did. 1 sec, guys. Apologize for the
By the way,
go ahead.
Congrats to Jerome. Jerome just killed that call. I had my chat blowing up. Everybody in my team, you did an excellent job, man. The way you spoke like a Chairman 500, man. And I know that I can't really hear you talk right now, but I just want you to know you did an awesome job, man. I'm definitely some awesome notes that I definitely took down. So thank you, Jason. I really appreciate you. Let me put the camera on. Just noticed that. What's up, guys? I'm actually in my car right now, and I just finished leaving a meeting where Spellis Bugler threw down a really nice training out here in Miami. And I want to just share a couple little tidbits with you guys. I really appreciate Jason putting me on this call and everything he said about me. That really meant a lot, man, and I appreciate you, Jason, for that. I really want to give you guys value. So one thing I'm going to ask of all of you guys to do is take the time and get some paper and pen. I want you to write some notes down. I'm very honored the fact that I can be on this call right now. And more importantly, that it's probably one of the first calls that we're doing like this for the new year. And because we are in a new year, it's 2019, I thought what an appropriate conversation to have than talking about how to actually set the correct goals, but not just set goals, because I believe everyone sets goals. Everyone has probably vision boards. Everyone has written down a goal. But really, like, how do you go after these goals? Like, how do you really do it? Like, there's a lot of people that set goals, and there's people that actually get goals done. So I want to go over that with you guys. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to share some content with you guys that I put together real quick. So let me see how I get into, let's see here. I'm trying to open up something here. My keynote. Hold on a second. I'll figure this thing out. If not, I'm just going to have to share my screen. It doesn't give me keynote to open.
Oh, I know. Well, I had to grab back host so I can mute the chat. Does that have anything to do? Go ahead. See
what's that? Okay, yeah, let me check it out now. Sorry about that.
You're good, bro. You're good.
Checking it here. No. It's all good, man. If I can't, you know what? I'm going to try to just share my screen, see if that works. And you guys just let me know whether or not this is working here. So I'm going to do that instead. Okay, let's try that out. Share screen. Stop broadcast. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my screen real quick.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see it?
You're in the money.
Awesome. So I made it work. If you guys are on your phone, just put it sideways so you can see it better. So happy 2019. I think a lot of us said that this year, right? If you're Hispanic and you come from a Hispanic background, I don't know if other cultures do this, but we grab 12 grapes, right? And we eat one grape per month, making a wish on everything you want to accomplish per month. And each grape you eat, you're supposed to close your eyes and make a wish. And then when the countdown comes, everybody counts down and everybody's probably a little tipsy at that point. Then you make a nice little champagne toast. And then comes the new year. And then comes 2020. And then comes 2021. And I've seen a lot of people that, they're constantly doing this, but for some reason, I hear these goals and these goals are crazy. Like, I'm going to be a multimillionaire. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And for some weird reason, I sometimes bump into these people again, and it kind of bugs me. I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I don't want to ask them about that goal because I feel like sometimes they just don't really know how to go after it. So I want to teach you that because this actually helped me implement my business here, and I want to go a little bit into that. But before I get into it, time is so precious, and this is why I really want to go into goal setting and how to really go after it. So this is a study, and I love this study. I share it with almost everyone in my team. And it's actually a study that came out from the U.S. government. And they did a breakdown of what the average American does with their time, with their lifespan that's on this planet. And when I saw this, it hit me in the face like a cold bucket of water. And it says that on average, the typical American from the age of 25 to 54, with a family, this is the breakdown of someone's life. So let's pretend you have 24 hours in your day today, right? And not to pretend, we all have 24 hours in our day. We're going to divide that into 3 because there's 3 things that everyone does every day that takes 3 sections out of your everyday life. The first one, I'm going to call it a job, right? The 9-to-5 schedule. Now you see here, the average American spends about 8.9 hours a day working. That's normally the normal shift. The 9-to-5 is 8 hours. So if I took 1/3 of your 24-hour schedule, that's 1/3 of your life. So if you live to be 75 years old and you worked, that would be 1/3 of your life. So if 24 hours of your day and 8 hours I take out of your day, that means that if you live to be 75 and I took 1/3 of those 75 years, that means 25 years of your life was spent working a 9-to-5 job. So I want you to write that down, because now you're left with 50 years. And you're probably telling yourself 50 years is fantastic. I'm going to have fun with that. But then you see the second thing right under work. It's called sleep. And that's 7.7. Means the average American sleeps another 1/3 of his life. That's 8 hours a day. So if you're spent with your eyes closed and you're sleeping, I know some of you guys sleep probably even more than 8 hours, sometimes 10, sometimes 11, then that means that you have slept another 25 years of your life. If you live to be 75, 25 of those years of you being alive on this planet were spent with your eyes shut on a bed. And I know there's not much that we can do about that, but there's already 50 years gone right there. Now we're left with 25 years where you're not asleep and you're not stuck in a cubicle working a job. You are awake and you're not reporting to a boss. And this 75-year accumulation of you being on this planet, this is the 25 years that you remember. Now, a lot of us think, well, yeah, I'm going to have a blast with that. That's definitely it. But we're mistaken. There's a lot of time going into a lot of different areas, and we're not really, we don't know where. But I'll break it down for you real quick. The average American spends close to, I would say, 5 hours a day watching television. That's about 10 years of your life on a very low scale. So if you were 25 that you weren't working a job and you weren't on TV and you weren't sleeping, 10 years went into television. Then you got the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner. You need time for eating. You need time for taking a shower. You definitely need time to be stuck in traffic to get to work. I know the average American is typically in a scale of 30 minutes to an hour in traffic. And when you really start adding it up, and I'm being like very nice here with everyone, you probably have like maybe 3 to 4 hours. And I'm adding weekends, by the way. Adding weekends, maybe you're adding holidays. Maybe you have an amazing job. Maybe you have a government job where you have days off from work, you know. So I'm going to add that even with holidays, I'm going to still add like 3 to 4 hours of free time for your lifespan. I'm really saying here in an estimate, a rough estimate, the average American, and probably anyone that works a typical job, has maybe 7 years of their life where they get to actually enjoy it, where they get to not be stuck at work, where they get to be not sleeping, where they get to be not cooking or eating or stuck in traffic or taking a shower or watching TV. Or if you don't watch TV because you're proud of that, you're probably stuck on social media all the time. You know, when we accumulate and take all of that away, you have like 7 years that you're like, ah. See, when you're on your deathbed, and I want you to really think about this, when you're on your deathbed, I know for a fact you're not thinking about that dream you had last night and your sleep. I know for a fact you're not thinking about the dinner, the lunch, or the breakfast you had. I know for a fact you're not thinking about your shower. I know for a fact you're not thinking about the traffic jam. And I know for a definite fact you're not thinking about your job and the requirements that your boss had. I have never seen that in my life. Someone that's about to encounter their next step in life, which is the afterlife, they are not thinking about their boss and the paperwork that they left behind. You know what you're thinking about? You're thinking about all those times that you got to enjoy in those little 7 years of life, of everything you did in life, but it came down to those 7 years. And when I realized what my life was worth at that point, I had to cut something to give myself more life. I had to cut something out of my routine, something out of my schedule, so that I know that it wasn't just going to be 7 years for me. So what did I have to cut out? What could I cut out? Could we cut out sleep? I can't cut out sleep. I can't cut out 8 hours out of my schedule for sleep. I need sleep. As a matter of fact, the average millionaires, like real entrepreneurs that are running like Virgin Mobile, like that are running Amazon, these guys don't even sleep 8 hours. If you actually look into it, they're sleeping on average 5 to 4 hours. But I'm not going to get into that. If I can't cut out sleep, what can I cut out? A job. I could definitely cut out a job. I wanted to be working a 9 to 5 for somebody. I despised it. So when I knew that, and then my wife tells me that I have a baby on the way, I did not want to be a father dropping off my kid to some daycare where I don't see him for 8 hours of my day because I'm stuck at a job because I have to sell my life away to someone by the hour. I did not want to lease my body to a corporation. I wanted to create my own income. I wanted to create my own lifestyle where I have time for what I want to do. So when I am on that deathbed, I at least took back 25 years for myself, and I didn't give it to a corporation. I gave it to myself. So you add those 25 plus the 7, and now I can say that was my lifespan that I got to enjoy with my wife, with my kids, with my family, with my homies, doing whatever I wanted. But I knew that for me to commit to something like that, I was going to have to do something incredibly different, something that people might even talk crap about, some people that people would make fun of me, something that people would despise, something that would not look normal at all, something that would not follow the herd, something that would allow me not to be stuck in traffic, something that would allow me not to have to check in and ask a boss for a pee break or a lunch break, or can I have a day off for Christmas to spend time with my family? I was going to have to do something different. And for me to do that different thing, it was going to take a lot of courage, a lot of not being scared, a lot of not caring about what people say about me. And that is called the field of network marketing. Welcome to network marketing. Welcome to becoming your own business owner for as little as $200. What it costs a PlayStation 4, what costs a used Michael Kors purse. But here's the trick about it. Because it's so cheap, everyone can do it. Because it's so cheap, we're opening the doors to everyone, just like a gym opens the doors for everyone to work out and get a six-pack abs. But not everyone walks out of the gym with a six-pack abs. Not everyone walks out of network marketing completely retired, making residual income that they can sustain their entire household without worrying about applying for a job. If you want to be able to get there, there's strict requirements in the gym to get the six-pack abs. It's eating right. It's showing up consistently. There's strict requirements in network marketing if you're really trying to retire off of a residual income that you can go to bed at night and you still have a check hitting your bank account. Let's talk about that. What are you really going to do this year? What are you really going to do? I'm not talking about that little wish you made when you swallowed that grape when that ball dropped in New York. I'm talking about what are you really going to do? So let's break it down. How do we get to our goals? How do we make it to the goals that we have? So 2020 is right around the corner. And I want you to understand a little bit about me because I believe that goals come from identity. It's coming from within you. And you need to know how to change your identity. You need to tell yourself you will not be the person that you currently are today if you really want to get to where you want to be. My identity, who I am, I was supposed to be some little gangbanger. I was supposed to be a high school dropout, probably in prison because I did bad things, because I was positioned in life to lose. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I'm going to make it very brief. I'm not trying to talk about me so much. I really want to help you guys out. But that's me, a little poor kid, born and raised out of Miami, Florida. And I started going to school, and right around 10th grade, my mom drops me out of high school. Why? Because we were poor. She needed me to make money working Taco Bell full-time. So I worked Taco Bell full-time. I got involved with bad friends. That's me doing my little thug life thing. Then my mom, I moved out of house at 16 years old, high school dropout, trying to join the military, but not even the military wanted to take me. Great. Imagine how great I felt. Not even the military wanted to take me. So I started looking for different ways to make money, and then I found it. My friend tells me, well, we found a clown that did a job work for my grandma and made $100 an hour for a birthday party for my sister. My grandma hired him. And it hit me. I'm going to be a clown. That was my first journey into entrepreneurship. I was known as Winky the Clown. You know what happened to me when I became Winky the Clown at the age of 16? Guess what, guys? All my friends laughed. All my friends talked crap. All my friends said I was an idiot for that. Yet I was making $25 an hour for a party, eventually $50 an hour for a party, eventually $100 an hour for a party, eventually bounce houses, plastic chairs. I had a full-fledged business, and I was making about $800 a weekend, 2 days of work. And now my friends say, yo, can I be a clown with you? If I cared about what my friends said, I would have never been living on my own already at the age of 17, 18 with my own car, truck, and my own clown business. I eventually sold it. I eventually got my GED by myself. I eventually went into school, and I decided to get a job, a regular job. I wanted to get a job where I felt good about myself. So I went and I applied at a bank. My friend said I would never get it because I didn't have any kind of experience. My friend said that there's no way they're going to give me that job at a bank. But I applied anyways because I didn't care what my friend said, because my friend wasn't me. He just didn't have the courage enough to go and apply. Got a job as a bank teller at 18 years old, moved my way up in banking. So I was working in corporate America, for Bank of America, for Chase, for Wells Fargo, for Citibank, pretty much worked in every major bank in the United States. From the age of 18 all the way up till I finally retired myself out of banking. I was already making close to $120,000 a year in banking with a high school GED. I didn't even go to college. Why? I just worked my butt off. I decided to change my identity. I did not want to be Winky the Clown. I did not want to be little thug life Alex anymore. I did not want to be poor Alex anymore. I didn't want to be what people thought that I was going to be. I didn't want to be what people think I was going to be. I was going to be who I knew I was going to be. I was going to be who I dreamt about what I was going to be. Every night when I would go to bed, I would think about who I was going to be. I would think about the type of house I was going to have. I was going to think about the type of car I was going to drive. And I envisioned it and talked about it every night so much that those things actually started to happen. And I didn't realize what I was doing at the time. I just thought, man, how depressing. I used to sleep on the floor. How depressing is it that I'm sleeping on the floor? And one night I even cried about it. And I said, man, I'm soft. Why am I crying about this when I'm sleeping on the floor tonight? You know what? I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to go to sleep crying. I'm going to go to sleep tonight happy. How can I trick my mind to be happy when everything is going around me so bad right now? I had to do something. And I started envisioning myself. I started closing my eyes and looking at everything around me. And I'm like, man, I'm walking into this house right now, and my homies are all there. And I'm getting into this car right now, and here's my wife getting in. I didn't even have a girlfriend when I was thinking this, man. And my kid, I was envisioning the life that I knew I was going to have. And you know what was happening as I was doing this before I was going to bed? I actually started dreaming it, because the last and final thoughts I had in my bed was a positive, uplifting, motivational thought, not knowing that now I'm programming my mind to even dream about it. That I remember waking up in a horrible situation where I was living at, waking up, and I got so mad that I woke up, because I realized that I was back in my reality of what a horrible lifestyle I had. Poor, no money to eat, sleeping on the floor. Like, I was living a horrible situation that I literally wanted to go back and dream about what I was dreaming about. And then it became an addiction. It's like every night I was going to sleep, and I just wanted to keep envisioning that. It was like, it got me excited. Television didn't excite me. These things didn't excite me. I was excited to envision something that I didn't have yet, because I knew with every bone, with everything in my body, I was going to have it. I didn't know how at the time. I just knew I was going to have it. And I want you guys to really know you're going to have it. I don't want you to wish because it sounds cool. I don't want you to tell your upline, I'm going to be chairman because it sounds cool, or because you feel the pressure that you got to be something. I want you to really, really, really envision. I want you to really know that you're going to close that. That's going to be you. That stage is yours. That talk that you're going to have is going to be yours. You're going to be on this call talking to other people as well, but you really got to believe it. And I'm going to show you how you could do this in a couple steps. That's me hitting chairman and everything else. The first thing I did was I made sure that I implemented a process when I started. You need to have a game plan. When I came into the world of network marketing, I didn't know anything about it. I just was on a mission to win. And I thought I got fired from banking. That's how it happened, to be honest. And I was stuck in a corner. And I said, you know what? Let me try this out. I'm going to try this network marketing thing out. And I did. And I ran. And I hit a very high income position in my company with no help whatsoever. I had no spillover in that company. I had nobody helping me. I had no upline putting people below me. I had no internet help, no social media help. I did it with my bare nails, me doing meetings after meetings after meetings out of my house. Then I couldn't fit people in my house, so we went somewhere else. Then something happened that was life-changing again. And I was like, man, I'll never do network marketing. I didn't think I was, because what happened to me was something that I never thought was going to happen to me, but it happened to me. And God sometimes works in funny ways. He wants to pressure you into a corner to either make you better or make you weaker. What I mean by that, bad things happen for two reasons. Either you're not cut out for it and you have too much of a soft skin right now. You're not developed enough to make it through that, or you are cut out for it. Your skin can take the beating. You're ready to move up to the next level in life. And I was ready, man. I went through it, and then I heard about IML, and I said, no way, this company is beautiful. The night that I heard about it, I started game planning. I started putting all these papers down. I started thinking about how I'm going to build this. How's the structure? The night I heard about it, I didn't sleep the entire night. I stayed up the entire night studying the compensation plan, thinking about how I'm going to structurally tell all my friends about this over the phone. I didn't even have a PowerPoint. I didn't even have a video. I had absolutely nothing but passion and hunger. And I started calling all my friends up. I made a list of at least 50 people. And I said, we got to meet for coffee. We got to talk. We got to meet for coffee. We got to talk. I was saying things that I didn't even know what I was saying. I got fact-checked later on, like a month in the business, about things that I said that was incorrect. But still, people followed the passion that I had. People followed the belief that I had. And because of the passion, because of the belief, people joined me. In my first day in IML, I had 12 signups. I had P600 in 24 hours. In my second week in IML, I hit P2000. In my first 30 days in IML, I hit P5000. I had no upline that put not one single person in any of my 3 legs. I had no upline that gave me any favoritism. As a matter of fact, my upline is not even helping me. I believe he's back into some other company right now. I want to say that because there are people on this line that feel that other people are making it because they have some type of leg up, and that is false. You can make it with nothing, because I was able to make it with no help. As a matter of fact, all of my signups were not even from the internet. I'm learning how to use the internet from people here in this company now. I'm now starting to use social media because I'm seeing the success in how many people are doing it, but I had no social media for that. And then I was able to hit chairman in 90 days with all of that. I say that to tell you that if I can do it, you can all do it too. But you need to believe in yourself, and you need to work harder than anyone you possibly know if you really want it. You need to know your why. You need to set an action plan. So what are the 3 strategies for you to hit your goals this year and not just say something that sounds nice? Well, I read this book. It's called Atomic Habits. And it really opened up my eyes to how I could change the way I do things. And I want to share with you a couple tidbits that I got this book. I want to share with you because I'm the kind of guy, I don't just take things and act like if I made it myself. Like if I get some value from somebody, whether it's Jason Brown, whether it's anyone that I know, I'm going to share it. And this is a really good book I got from it. I'm not the author of this. I don't make any money. I just thought I'd just drop it as a little nugget here for you guys. But what it comes down to is this. There's 2 things that I love. It's research. They did a study on over 250 people to find out, what really gets people to hit their goal. And then they did this. They pretty much did 3 layers of what really consists of what people do to hit goals. One is outcome. People are outcome driven. The other one is process. And the final one is the identity. And you got to look at it like that's you. You're a little onion ball. And these are the 3 things that determine whether or not you're going to hit your goal. The outcome is like the outer layer, and that's what most people chase. The outcome is like, man, I want that Benz. Man, I want that money. Man, I want that rank. Man, I want that clout. Man, I want that jet. Man, I want that Rolls Royce. Man, I want this. Man, I want that. And most of the time, I will say when I hear about goals, and 80% of the time, it's material junk. It's material junk. And I'm going to tell you right now, as I continue going, I'm going to pop that bubble for everyone on this call. If your goal is money, you're not going to get it. I'm telling you right now, if your goal is money, you're not going to get it. If your goal is a car, you're not going to get it. Your goal needs to be a why. If you don't know what your why is, you already started this year off wrong. See, my why, I knew it, and my why will change, just like all of your whys will change. Well, my first why to even make it was because I was sleeping on the floor. My second why, even after making 120 grand a year in banking, was I wanted to be self-employed. And my why continues to change. Then I want to be with my son all the time. Then I want to help my team. Then I want to help my mother not work a job. Then the why will change. You need to know your why. Once you know your why, then you can add a monetary value to that why. Then you can add a breakdown of what you need to make in income-wise to make that why possible. If it's a material why, I'm telling you, you're not going to get it. But a lot of people chase outcomes. Now, the second one is process, and the third one is identity. And a lot of people, process means that you're gonna literally try to implement a process. Like, I'm gonna eat better. If I'm trying to lose weight, I'm gonna eat better. And then identity. One of the hardest things to change for people is identity. And I'm gonna tell you, that's the root right there to getting your goal done. The root is changing who you are. If I was a little thug, how did a little thug sleeping on the floor who was a banker, who was a clown, who worked at Taco Bell, become a 6-figure banker with a GED? Because I believed that I was going to be a banker, because I saw myself as a banker, because I went to bed every night believing that I was going to be a banker, making that kind of income, because I changed my identity to no longer curse, to no longer wear little earrings like I would. I just didn't want to have that look anymore. I believed I was a banker. I literally even let my hair grow to like a little comb over. Now I don't even have hair like that, but I believed it, I spoke it, and I became it. You need to become it. A lot of people say, I will be a chairman, but do you really look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am a chairman? Do you really walk in the meetings and act like a chairman? Or do you drag your feet and sit in the back and stay quiet and don't want to talk to no one because you're acting like you just got your 2 and you're free? Are you really walking in the room not even caring that your friend sold you out because you're a chairman and it doesn't really matter because you know that you can get it and you can make it happen regardless? Or are you complaining to all your friends in the room and how your friend sold you out and he's not even at the meeting? Are you mad because someone quit your team and now you're calling your upline complaining about it? And maybe you even had the audacity to call that person and tell them, why'd you quit my team? Instead of, I'm a chairman and I don't care if he left my team. That's his fault. That's his problem, not my problem. I'm going to find someone else. You need to believe it. You need to breathe it. You need to go to sleep thinking about it. You need to go, you need to understand how that income will change your life. You need to close your eyes and say, what's the first thing I'm going to do when that $2,500 check hits my account on Friday? What's the first bill I'm going to pay? How am I going to feel when it starts actually hitting every week? When I get $2,500 every Friday, what is that going to feel like? What am I going to do? Man, my car payment is only this much. I'm getting 3 times my car payment on a week. My mortgage is only this. I'm able to pay my mortgage. What are you going to do? And how are you going to feel? And I want you to breathe it. And I want you to really understand that that's yours. but are you willing to change your identity, and how are you going to change your identity? So I'm going to give you a couple breakdowns on how you change it. The first breakdown, if you want to be a bodybuilder, you need to believe you're going to be a bodybuilder. So your identity is that you're going to be a heavyweight champion, right? But you need to do something to get there. You need to implement something to get there. So that implementation is going to be, maybe you got to commit to going to the gym just 3 times a week for 20 minutes. You need to write it down. You need to write that down as well. So identity, I looked up the meaning of it. I wanted to share it with you just in case you don't know what that is. The identity of someone is who you are and the way you think about yourself. See, a lot of the times, that's one of the most confusing things about people. I hear people all the time saying, I'm a chairman 250, I'm going to be a millionaire. Do you really believe it? Do you really, like, I'm talking to you. I don't care how many people on this call. Pretend I'm only talking to you right now, whoever's on this call right now. Do you really believe that you are what you're saying you are? Do you really believe that little grape you ate when you made that little wish? Like, do you really believe that? And then the second question is, are you willing to work for it? Are you willing to go after it? It doesn't have to be at the level of intensity that one does it, but can you at least commit to something? Can you at least commit to some small plan of action? The momentum is going to begin with you. It's not going to begin with your upline. It's not going to begin with your team. It's not going to begin with, oh, my team is slow, I'm going to do a conference call and tell them to step it up. No. It's going to begin with, oh, my team is slow, so let me go look for 10 more people because I'm going to find a guy like me. It's going to begin with, oh, my team is slow, but who cares, because I do inviting every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where I sit and I put an hour aside to get guests to come to my meetings. When you stop pointing the finger at what's not working and you start pointing the finger at yourself and you look at yourself in the mirror, the momentum will begin. So I want to share this little research that came from that book. They did it with over 250 people, and they wanted to see, does motivation really get people to move, or is it intention and action? And the study came out, and I wish I had pictures to show you the study, but I don't, so I'm just going to have to talk to you. The study pretty much came out saying that motivation doesn't get no one to do nothing. You know, I see people all the time listening to motivational audios of a guy screaming and this, that, and the other, but that doesn't get you to do jack diddly squat. And I'm going to break the study down. 250 people in Britain were put into a study where they wanted to see if motivation gets them to move. They were broken down into 3 groups of 83 people each. One group was called the control group. And on this group, all they were asked to do is to track their exercise for working out. That's it. The second group was done the same thing. Hey, track your exercises, go work out. We want to see how you guys do, but we're going to give you some motivation. We're going to tell you everything about your body. We're going to show you what your body is doing, why your body is bad, and if you don't work out, the risk of having heart disease and all that stuff. We're going to give you motivational audio. They gave them the whole 9 yards for motivation. The third group of 83 people, they did, hey, track your workouts. We're going to give you the same motivation as group 2, but we're going to do something different. We need you to formulate a workout plan. And they were very specific about how they told them to make this workout plan. And maybe it might help some of you guys. If you have a pen and paper and you want to write it down, I'll tell you exactly what they told this group. They wrote down on paper. They didn't say it. They wrote it down, and they had to read it every day for that month. They wrote, next week, I will partake in 20 minutes of vigorous exercise. Then they had to select the day, they had to select the time, and they had to select the place. That was it. They weren't forced to. No one put a gun in their head. No one followed them to the gym, nothing like that. After the month, the study came through, and they looked at how each group did. The control group, 35% of the group went to the gym. The motivation group, 38% went to the gym. The group that formulated a plan and actually put a day, time, and place and looked at the plan, wrote down the plan, and spoke about the plan every day, 91% of the entire group went to the actual gym and started working out that entire month. I'm going to repeat that. 91%. That's 3 times more than any of the other groups. So what am I trying to tell you here out of that study? If you don't write down a plan and you don't put a day, you don't put a time, you don't put a place, you don't speak it, and you don't look at it every day, it's not going to happen. That is not a goal. That is a wish. And you're going to keep wishing every year when that ball drops. You're going to keep wishing every year when you're drinking that little grape and you're telling your homeboys, I'm going to be rich this year, but I have no idea how because I'm not doing anything about it. I didn't write anything down. I'm just telling you about it because it feels good to brag about something that I'm not even doing. It feels good to post about something on Instagram because I want my friends to like the photo that this year's going to be a new year, new me. As a matter of fact, on Instagram, there were 1.2 million people that wrote the hashtag New Year, New Me. On Instagram, there were 13 million people that used the hashtag motivation, yet no one's doing nothing about it. The real thing you should have hashtagged, the real thing you should have written down was your plan. Now, maybe your plan isn't chairman. I hope everyone on this call is because this is a builder's call. So I'm being uncut, ruthless, and real with everyone here because this is how I talk to my builders. This is how I talk to the people that are like, hey, Alex, I want to get that residual. So I'm going to tell you how we do it here. You need to write down a plan. You need to be concise about the plan. You need to look at that plan every day. You got to speak that plan to existence every day. And before you go to bed, don't look at your Instagram. Don't look at who's doing better than you. Think about you. Imagine yourself having that plan done already. Imagine how good it's going to feel. Who are you going to help? And that why that you accomplished. That why that you accomplished. What changes your identity? And what makes you you? Your identity is everything that's around you. But here's a trick. You can actually change that. See, the reason you speak the language you speak is because of what's around you. Your parents taught you to speak that language. The reason that you have the family that you have is also part of your identity. The gender that you have is part of your identity. The culture that you have, your friends change your identity. The media that you like changes your identity. Your interests and hobbies, the city, the town, the community. The fact that I'm in Miami makes me my identity, my Miami identity. Whatever you have. But here, I'm telling you, you can switch that identity. You can switch that identity. And that's what people don't teach you. You can reprogram yourself. If a school was able to program you to be an employee, you can program yourself to be an entrepreneur. A school is designed to teach you how to be an employee. And they do a damn well good job at that. For 12 years of your life, your parents and school have brainwashed you to be the perfect robot, the perfect order taker. You want me to show you how? Because you had to wake up every day at 7 in the morning and put your little alarm clock. You had to hurry up and make it by the bell. If not, you got written up, just like it's going to happen to you at work. You had to hurry up and ask for a pee break, just like work. You had to pass the paper down the road because eventually you're going to pass the burger down the road. You had to do all this stuff, then graduate, then put a bunch of debt on yourself. I like to call it the chain and ball reaction, to then go and work off that debt for the next 40 years of your life. They programmed you to be an employee. I don't care if you got your master's in business administration, you still don't know how to start up your own business and run it. This is the school of hard knocks. Welcome to network marketing. This is the school of you're going to learn with the bumps, with the punches, with the bruises, with the quitters, with the backstabbers. You're going to learn that way. And the people that can't hang that, they get weak and they want to go back to a job because that's what they know. And I don't blame them. The ones that aren't weak, the ones that continuously go after it and go after it and go after it because they know their why. They know what they deserve. They know what they want. They envision it. They picture themselves. This is mine. I don't care what's going after. I don't care what's happening. I don't care about the downs. I don't care about the ups. I know this is mine. I don't care what the company's going through. I don't care if it's not. I don't care what my friends are going through. I don't care what the team. I don't care what gossip, what drama. This is mine. You don't put the blame on nothing but you. When times get rough, you get harder. You get ruthless, and that's how you're going to make it. How do you change your identity, though? There's a couple things. I'm going to tell you one big thing, your friends. A lot of you guys are hanging around with bums, and you're wondering why you can't get great people to come into your organization. You ever seen like a tree that gives fruits, and then on the bottom of the tree, like here in Miami, there's like a bunch of mango trees. I have one in my backyard. And I look at that tree, and when it starts giving mangoes, it throws so many out that I can't really catch them all. But at the bottom of that tree, there's always going to be some rotting mangoes on the bottom. At the top, there's always like the most juiciest ones. I'm like, man, that looks good, but I can't reach it. And then in the middle, right, like on the easy ones, like you see them right there, you can catch them. Your friends are like that. See, when a lot of people start this business, they go after the rotting mangoes that are on the floor. They're not even on the tree. Those are your homies. Those are the ones that probably don't even have a job. Those are the ones that are always negative, talking bad about life. But because it's easy for you, you can go after them. Because it's easy for you and they're rotting and they're bad situation, you go after them. Because you hang out with them because they're doing worse than you. So deep down inside, you feel good because, hey, I'm doing a little better than him. So it doesn't make me feel bad about it. I don't feel uncomfortable being around him because I kind of do better than him. That's messed up. But a lot of people actually think that way, and they feel good that way. They feel happy that way, that they're around a bunch of other people that are doing less than them. If you really want to really step it up, start hanging around people that make double or triple your income. Start talking to people that do better than you. Start associating yourself with business owners. Start associating yourself with people that are not asking you to lend them money, not asking you for constant help, not rotting away on the dirt. Go for the people that you literally got to climb the tree all the way up to get that juicy mango. That's how you're going to start changing that. Start associating, start going into groups, start getting involved with people that are doing better. Change your circle, because you are what you're surrounded yourself with. If you remember in high school, there was a bunch of little cliche groups, like there's a football squad and the cheerleading squad in Miami. There's also a Hispanic group. You're always going to find in the hallway like a group of a bunch of Hispanics speaking Spanish in there, right? That's how it was, right? Like that is your cliche. Like if you were there and that, it's not cliche, that was your group, that was your clique. It's the same thing here, man. If I see a broke kid and he's always like doing this and that, more than likely all his homies are broke and they're doing this and that too. If I see a drug addict, more than likely all his homies are drug addicts. If I see a liar, more than likely all his homies are liars. If I see a business owner killing it, more than likely all his homies are business owners killing it. So if you right now are wondering why your friends aren't signing up, if you right now are wondering why my friends aren't really running with this, you got to look at your friends. And then you got to look at you a little bit. Do you really want this? Why are you still associating yourself with that? Now, I'm not telling you to cut those friends out. I'm just saying try to change that a little bit. Change your environment. That environment is going to change your identity. That identity is going to change your outcome. Your outcome will be who you want to be, but you got to change. Write it down. Don't become lazy. And you could work like this instead of that guy. I'm pretty much done. I think I went over my time a little bit, but I love this. And I like to look at this a lot. And I'm going to get out of here. Let me stop sharing my screen here real quick. Stop broadcast. And get back into the Zoom here. I don't know if you guys can see me, but I want you to just commit something before you get off this call. And my question to you, my one commitment to you, if you really want to change this year up, my thing to you is write it down. Write it down and do a couple little tidbits that I'm going to tell you right now. Write these notes down if you want it or not. Number one, know your why. Be very clear and concise about who's hurting in your life. Is your mom, is your dad still working your job? Who has debt? Who's helped you, but you haven't been able to repay them yet? Visualize it. Feel it. Know that it's yours. Know that it's real. Go to sleep every night and think about it. If you got to unplug your TV for the next 90 days, do it. If you got to erase every little video game off your phone, do it. And whatever you got to do that's going to help you really believe it. Every time you're about to go against your goal or not put effort, weigh your options out. If you're thinking about going after something right now, and then maybe you're probably like, you know what? I'm not going to go to the gym tonight. I need you to weigh that out. If I don't go to the gym tonight, and I don't go to the gym every other day for this year, how will my body be when 2020 comes? The next thing, find an accountability partner. Don't do this alone. If you need an accountability partner to go to the club because you know you can't go to the club solo, how are you going to build a business and expect to do that solo too? If you need mostly anything you need to find a ride or die. You need to find a partner. And if you don't have one right now because you haven't signed anybody yet, then tell your upline, find a partner. Your goal needs to be also broken down in small portions. So if you're chairman 10 and you know you need 500 people, then don't say, I got to sign up 500 people. Just tell yourself, I need to find either 50 people on my team that get 10 friends each, and then break that down. Put that goal for you. Maybe your goal should be to personally sign up 50 people and then help each one get 10 friends. You know, break it down into small portions. Maybe you got to break down how many days you got to do invites. Give yourself a day off as a reward when you start doing it. So if you go ham and you're like, man, I put in 2 personals, 3 personals this week, and I usually don't do that. You know what? On Sunday, I'm going to give myself the day off. I'm going to go to the beach, relax, drink a little mojito, and celebrate that I'm actually going after my goals and I'm not just talking about it like I did last year. The next one, do it like Nike. Don't overthink it. Man, I see so many people just think and talk and post on social media what they're going to do here, what they're going to do there, how I'm going to do it. This is what I'm going to do. Yo, check this out. I'm doing it this year. Yo, your homie's going to make it this year. And you talk, but you do nothing. You do nothing. I don't care if it comes out bad. I don't care if he said, man, it's not perfect. Just do it. Just do it. Invite somebody. Make the list tonight. Don't just be like, yo, Alex said that and it was dope what he said, but I did absolutely nothing. I didn't write no day, no time, no place. I didn't write any specifics. I didn't break it down. I did nothing. It just sounded dope. And I'm just going to tell my whole team to get on the call because I thought it was dope. But I'm one of these guys that I just talk a lot, but I do nothing. Do it. Be like Nike. Change your circle. Surround yourself with winners and not losers. Document it. Create your own documentary so that you can see what you did and where you came from. See, I document everything. I document when I lost the rank, when I got my rank back. I document when I lost money. I document when I couldn't pay my bills. I document when I got my electricity shut off in my house and me and my wife were with no AC in the middle of the summer here in Miami. I documented that. Document it because it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good when those checks hit the account. And then you can look at that and be like, damn. See, now I know why I did that. Now I know why I went through that. I deserve that. Control your thoughts. Control your thoughts. Self-control your thoughts. Get rid of the negativity. Get rid of people that in your mind, you're like, man, he's doing better than me. Like, stop competing with anybody. Believe in you. Be specific about what you're going to do. Change your identity. Change your identity. You are no longer the guy that got two people. You are no longer a P150, a P600. You are a chairman, but you must believe it. You must work like it. You must enter a room and expect people to address you as one. You must speak like one. You must act like one. You must work like one. And if you do, and you believe it, and you go to bed every night, and you're doing what it takes, through the lows and through the highs, I promise you, you will be a chairman. That's all I got, man. I'm gonna hand it back to you, Jason. Are you there, brother?
Bro, are you serious, bro? Yo, that was like some next level. That was some next level stuff, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna open up the chat box real quick. Can we respond to that training real fast? Can we do that? Alex, I gotta tell you something, bro. You got me drinking energy drinks at 11 o'clock at night, so I can hopefully keep up with you, bro. Like I'm not even kidding. That was ridiculous. That was like definitely over the time, but I don't care. I wasn't gonna stop you whatsoever. At any point, I was not gonna slow you down.
I just saw the time now, man. I'm sorry about that.
Bro, please do not apologize. Like, do not even waste any more time apologizing. Bro, like, for real, that was motivational. Like, I'm gonna listen to this when I'm feeling down, which doesn't happen often. I'm gonna listen to it, bro. I appreciate you for your transparency. You got on it, and for those of you who maybe jumped in later, whatever, go watch the recording, because between what Jerome talked about and what Alex talked about, if you can't make something happen inside of this opportunity, inside of this company, you didn't watch it, you didn't listen, you didn't take notes, and you definitely didn't apply. You see a story of two individuals who have literally grinded from the very beginning consistently over a long period of time. There's a lot of chairmen that I could ask to be on these calls, but I pick specific individuals that lead with heart, that lead with passion, but also that lead by example, because talk is cheap. Like Alex said, it's easy to post on social media and talk about, I'm going to do this with my life, I'm going to do that with my life, but guess what? Go out and apply it and see that it's not easy, and let's watch you push through the obstacles. Let's watch you push when you get tired. Let's watch you push when you get a little bit discouraged. That's where the champions are made. I know parts of Alex's story, but I learned more about his story tonight. And I'll tell you guys, I have a massive amount of respect for Alex. I'm sure all of you guys do. That was Alex. That was an incredible training, my brother. My respect for you was strong, but now it's even stronger. So, bro, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for opening up, sharing your heart. We appreciate you. So let's do this. I have Chairman 50, Julian Kushner, on the line right now. I know Julian is actually going to be jumping on to do a Latino webinar in a few minutes. So the boy's getting ready to go speak fluent Spanish on the other line over there. But Julian is here on the call tonight. And, man, guys, when I found out that Julian was coming to iMarkets Live, Chris Terry actually was the one who told me. And I was like, bro, there's no way. Are you serious? You know, that we have the opportunity to have when I first got in the industry 5 years ago, Alex Morton and Julian Kushner were the two young entrepreneurs in network marketing doing it, right? Two different companies, two different movements, same ultimate goals and missions. So when I saw the stars aligning and both of those movements kind of merging together, I got excited because I never had the opportunity to learn from Julian, work with Julian. And luckily, we both live in Miami. So over the past year, Julian has become one of my closest friends. Julian and I do not build the same business, the same organization inside of IML, but we work together like brothers. His business partner, Jonathan Lopez, another person that's become a great friend. And, you know, Julian, the thing that I will say about him is he has a servant heart and a servant work ethic. It's never about, our conversations are never about what's in it for me. It's never about him. It's just about what we can do to make the company better. Very, very successful entrepreneur in a number of different ways. And, you know, we're excited to have you on the call tonight, Julian. I know you're going to give us as much time as you possibly can. When you have to jump off, we respect that. We'll get you back on another one of these calls soon, my brother. But guys, if you know Julian, you're excited. And if this is your first opportunity to really get a chance to take some knowledge and wisdom from him, pay close attention because I have a tremendous amount of respect for this gentleman. He is a Chairman 50, like racing rapidly towards Chairman 100, trying to get it done by convention. That's the goal. So, Julian, I'm going to turn on your camera here in a second, but take it away, my brother. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can
Yeah,
you hear
you're
me?
loud and clear. I'm gonna make you the host, and then you can turn on your video. You should be good.
All right. Let's do this. All right, where's the camera? Let go.
Yeah, that'll
Venga, vamos, mi gente. Mi gente. Where's all mi gente at? Let's go. Let's see, start video. There we go. We're in the building. We're in the building. First of all, I want to show my Thug Life photo. Who has a better Thug Life photo, Alex or me? I'm actually with the thugs too. All right, check it out. Who has a better Thug Life photo? Check this out. Y'all can laugh at me too. It's all good. Who has a better Thug Life photo? Yo, Alex, you absolutely killed it, my man. You absolutely killed it. You crushed it. You dominated. You brought all the energy. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Jerome, shout out to your calendar. Shout out to your nuggets. I saw the calendar on your wall. That thing was packed, you know, and what do they say? Your calendar equates to your income. You know, what's your calendar look like, right? So shout out to you. Shout out to Pisani. Pisani said people follow the passion. I took that. And that's the same story with me, guys. Same story with me. When I first got involved in network marketing, people didn't follow me because I was successful or because I was, you know, credible or because I had a success story. People follow me because of my passion. It's not always what you say, but how you say it. It's not always what you say, it's how you say it. So I literally have a couple minutes here. I know Juan Diego is texting me, Chairman 50, saying he's getting the webinar started now. So I'm going to hop off here in a couple minutes, but I want to go over, you know, a couple things. First of all, 5 steps to unlimited prospecting. But before that, I want to tell you guys, the first 90 days of 2019 are ahead of us right now. The first 90 days. My question to all of you guys is, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? What action plan do you have in place? Just like, you know, Jason Brown, right? For example, whether it's network marketing or traditional business, we have business plans. We have blueprints for business, all right? What's your business plan? What's your blueprint for the first 90 days in 2019? You know, I know for myself, right, for the top leaders, first of all, with the Best of Both Worlds event, all right? We have in Orlando, the Women Who Win event. Go Beyond in Atlanta, okay? Then I'm off to Europe with Jonathan Lopez. I know Jason Brown's coming out to Europe as well. In February 5th, we have a huge Germany event. We have a lot of events throughout Europe. And then, of course, leading to March 1st to the 3rd, IML Unleashed. So up till IML Unleashed, how hard can you go? How hard can you push yourself? You know, Whatever you did in 2018, cool, fine, okay, great, whatever. This year, 2019, the start of 2019, how can you say, you know what, let me push it past the limits, like that song. Let me push it past the limits. Let me actually try to get uncomfortable so in 2019, I can be walking the stage. I can be understanding the skill set of trading. I can be doing both. I can be helping people around the world. I can be traveling, speaking at events around the world with these guys as well. So what's your action plan for the first 90 days of 2019 leading up to convention, all right? I want to ask you guys that. I want that to resonate. I want that to, simmer. I want that just to I want you guys to understand this is the most important time of the year because people also just got, over that Christmas and holiday. Maybe they were relaxed, sitting back, making New Year's resolutions. Now they're executing. You guys can all agree with me. People are looking for more money, more income, more time freedom. People are looking for better networking, better association. They say, you know what, let me leave, Alex was saying it, let me leave that bad association behind, right? Let me change my friend group. Let me change my social circle, right? So understand 2019 is your guys' time to shine. I truly believe that all of us, have massive potential to see massive success. But guys, 5 steps to unlimited prospects. I actually took that from Mr. Eric Oray, GoPro. This has helped me the last 7 years, right? Jason Brown, myself, some of the top chairmen, made multiple 7 figures, multiple 7 figures because we were always prospecting, right? We're always in that phase 1, but 5 steps, right? I have some notes written down here, all right? But I want you guys to take notes as well real quick, all right? Understand, guys, a big misconception is if your list is good, you'll do good. Right, you're making that list, right? You're forming that list, and you're like, man, I don't have the most successful people on that list. They might not be trading Forex or in business. I might not do that good. I might not hit chairman. Understand, do not prejudge. All right, my friend that could have prejudged me, I got a DUI, underage, kicked out of college. I was going nowhere. People say he's doing one of those pyramid schemes back in Allentown, Pennsylvania. My friend did not prejudge me. I made him a lot of money. He's not in network marketing anymore. But understand, if he would have prejudged me and not got me started, I would not be here today. And he would have not have made tens of thousands of dollars in network marketing before he moved on to real estate investing, right? So do not prejudge, all right? Do not prejudge. But going into the first step is creating an active candidate list. Guys, all right, every person you know, every person you met, think about this, okay? Think about this. Imagine getting paid $1,000, all right, for every person that you put on the list. Imagine getting paid $1,000. How deep would your list be? How deep would your list be? Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, Alex Morton, all right, Alex Pisani, Jerome, we've had huge lists. That's why we're making the income that we make today, because of our lists, right? We're constantly adding to our list. We're constantly putting people on our list, and we treat it like every single person on that list could be $1,000, right? But it's sometimes hard to visualize that before you're making the income. It's hard to be like, oh man, what could this person turn into? This person on my list, could they actually put in 1,000 people, 2,000 people? Could that network expand? Well, I'll tell you guys what, 3 solid people, 3 hitters, 3 good people on that list. I mean, of course, your list should be thousands, but out of thousands or hundreds, 3 really good people, you're hitting Chairman 50, Chairman 100, Chairman 250, and beyond. Because you went through the numbers, but you found the Jasons. Imagine if you had myself, Jason, and Alex, right? 1 leg, 2nd leg, 3rd leg, right? Imagine if you had that kind of organization, right? That kind of structure. Okay, so step 1, create an active candidate list. All right, step 2, constantly expand that list. Who are you meeting every single day? Who are you talking to? Where are you going? Who are you complimenting? What kind of energy you bring to the world, right? To the restaurants that you're going to the place that you're going to. And I'll tell you what, you can know when a successful person comes around, right? You can feel their energy, right? So if you're out prospecting. If you're at a restaurant, what kind of energy are you giving back to the waitress, the server, right? Are you actually getting numbers? Are you making contact? Are you actually exchanging information? It doesn't matter what income we're at, what income Jason Brown's at. No matter, we could be going to Prime 112, Komodo, a different restaurant in Miami. We are still prospecting. We are still exchanging numbers. We're still looking for potential out there. I'm still looking for the next Julian out there when I'm out and about. Why are you scared to talk to somebody? Why are you scared to communicate? Why are you scared to exchange numbers, exchange information when you are out doing what you are already doing? That's the easiest time to prospect, to recruit, and to get numbers when you're already out. The issue is most people are scared. Most people are concerned what that person's going to say, what that person's going to think, what that person's going to do. Well, I'm telling you guys, get out of your comfort zone 2019 and try that, okay? Because once you get in a routine and a schedule of being uncomfortable, prospecting, recruiting, sharing information and contact information when you're out and about, I'm telling you guys, it changes. I was in London with Mr. Scotty Huss. He's in the Uber ride on the way to the event, getting the Uber ride's number, ends up not even exchanging the information, but actually dragging him into the event. Not dragging him, but saying, hey, listen, we have the event happening right here. You might as well just come in. He ended up coming to the event. The dude ended up getting started, right? Because Scotty was not scared to actually talk, right? To actually exchange information, to actually make the close, all right? Step number 3, raise your awareness, right? Raise your awareness, guys. We pass over great prospects every single day. Be a citizen of the world. Like I was saying, you literally pass over people that could potentially be putting hundreds of people into your business. We pass over people every day that could potentially be solid customers and be solid traders in the organization. The big issue is because we're stuck in here. You're going through your day, your life, your issues stuck in here. You're not thinking on the outside world. You're not thinking how you can impact people's lives. You're thinking about how bad the traffic is, what failures that you've had today, what you're going through, what struggles. You're thinking about what's going on in your life, in your head, in your situations, instead of how you can impact the masses around you, how you can be, again, a citizen of the world, okay? Number 4, again, never prejudge, okay? Never prejudge. This person's too busy. This person has a job. They don't make enough money. This person makes too much money. I would recruit up, guys. I would recruit up. I got successful real estate people involved. I got successful investors involved. I got entrepreneurs involved. I got people who own big businesses involved using the products. Why? I never prejudge. I never think someone's too good for this or not good enough for this. I talk to everybody, okay? I talk to everybody. Okay? And step number 5, network on purpose. Network on purpose. Whether it's networking groups, whether it's charities, and don't just do a charity to network and sell your business, but do things to give back. The more you give, the more that you're going to receive anyways. The more relationships, the more people you come into your life, the more income that you're going to make, the more opportunities that are presented to you. All right, the more that you're going to receive comes from who you bless. All right, comes from the blessings that you give. So guys, okay, network on purpose. What organizations are you joining? There's here in downtown Miami, you can do public speaking events. You can learn how to public speak better. You can go to entrepreneur events. You can go to different events in the area. Why are you not getting out in your area? Why are you not online on Facebook getting involved with real estate groups? My first probably 50 recruits and signups, because I didn't have a good network, came from literally, and I can go over this in more in-depth training, but Facebook group pages related to groups that I want to tap into. Real estate, insurance sales, and other organizations. Not really just like network marketing, like going ham with other network marketers, but just going ham with people that understood the industry, understood investing, understood entrepreneurship, understood that concept. That's why when I tell people, hey, in my first company, I went from $0 to $54,000 a month in 12 months. I did it because I wasn't prejudging. First of all, I was signing everybody up, but, I went after beasts. I went after people who understood the industry. It wasn't as big of a learning curve. And again, I signed up everybody. I trained everybody up. But I'm just telling you guys, $0 to $54,000 a month was from recruiting up. Okay? That's what I did. So network on purpose. So, at this point, I know Justin Saini's next. He's an absolute beast. Of course, I'm not going to introduce him, but I want to tell you guys, I learned so much from this guy at the best of both worlds, trading. Guys, we have the best of both worlds. That's the beauty. I love this company because we have the best networkers. We have the best traders. We have the best everything. Your belief level, I'll end with this because Juan Diego's blowing me up. Your belief level needs to rise right now. Your belief level needs to increase from where it's at, wherever it's at, to the next level. Why? Because we have the best company in the industry. The entire industry is talking about iMarkets Live, talking about the products, talking about the services, talking about the leadership, talking about the events. Guys, we have events almost every month. Big events quarterly, right? So the fact is, we have a system to help people win. In my previous company, people weren't really learning how to trade. People weren't really learning the skill set, right? And I'm not trying to shoot shots at my previous company, but here with iMarkets Live, people are coming in, they're learning how to trade, learning how to build, learning how to be an entrepreneur, learning how to speak, learning how to develop. My last question to you guys is, are you going to commit to being your best self? Are you going to commit to learning the skill sets? Are you going to commit to being that leader that people need, that people deserve out of you? Because if you do not commit, somebody else will. Somebody else is going to come in, commit, and the next Chairman 50, Chairman 100 hasn't even been developed yet. The next Chairman 50, Chairman 25, Chairman 100, Chairman 250 is not even in the company yet. But if you commit, if you develop, if you lead by example, guess what? That person might attract to your downline, might be in your team. If you learn those skill sets now, the first 90 days, get yourself out there. I know Jerome and Al, talking a little bit about social media as well. If you get yourself out there, right? Jerome said, if eyes cannot see you, eyes cannot join you. That was key. If eyes can see you, they will join you. Why do I make YouTube videos? Why am I on social media? Why is Jason investing in his brand? Why are we all investing in our brand? Right now, because eventually people will be looking in saying, hey, those are the people that I want to join. Those are the people I want to partner with, right? And I'm telling you guys, they want to partner with you. People want to partner with you. People want to get involved with you right now. You got to just get your value out. You got to speak with belief, speak with confidence, and change the game in 2019 for yourself and a lot of people around the world. So I'm hopping off. I'm going to jump on this call. We got busy schedules, productive schedules. But hey, Jason, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for putting this together. This is fire. This call's fire. And hey, everyone on here, all the people on this, participants, y'all are next. Y'all are on this call next. Let's get it. Love.
Man, let's get it. Guys, I'm super excited. Actually, we're going to use this same webinar that we're on right now for the Spanish call. So, Julian, you can stay here. I'm going to make Juan Diego the panelist. And for all the people who are viewing this, I'm going to stop the recording.